You paid premium price for full synthetic oil. You did the responsible thing. You protected your engine. Well, except you probably did not. What I'm about to show you is one of the dirtiest secrets in the automotive industry. I am exposing 10 synthetic oil brands with fake full synthetic claims, what the labels say, and what is actually inside the bottle. Stick around. The scam at number 1 has been running since 1997 and permanently changed what the word synthetic means in the United States forever. Let us get into it. Number 10, Pennzoil Platinum. We start with one of the most aggressively marketed synthetic oils in America right now, Pennzoil Platinum. The ads are everywhere, made from natural gas, not crude oil. Big bold claims about purity, beautiful gold bottle. Everything about it screams premium. Here is what they are not telling you. Their Pure Plus technology does convert natural gas into base oil using the shell gas to liquids process, but that process produces a Group 3 base oil, the same classification as oils made through conventional hydrocracking. Group 3 is highly refined, but in Europe and under the American Petroleum Institute's own original standards, it is not considered true synthetic. True synthetic is Group 4, polyalpha-olefin, PAO, built molecule by molecule in a laboratory to perform exactly as engineers design it. Pennzoil Platinum uses Group 3 and calls it full synthetic. We tested this on a 2017 Ford F-150. After a full 7,500-mile interval, an independent lab found oxidation levels higher than what a genuine PAO-based synthetic produces. The oil works. It is a quality product, but at $10 to $12 a quart, you are paying Group 4 prices for Group 3 oil. Now, Pennzoil is almost honest compared to what comes next, because number 9 did not just use a cheaper base oil, they lied about it directly to customers on the phone, and we recorded every call. Number 9, Quaker State Ultimate Durability. Same parent company as Pennzoil, same base oil sourcing, different bottle, different price, same fundamental deception. Quaker State Ultimate Durability sits slightly below Pennzoil Platinum in Shell's lineup, a few dollars cheaper per quart, with full synthetic still printed right there on the label. The base oil formulation is nearly identical to Pennzoil Platinum, Group 3 hydrocracked stock, same Pure Plus lineage, different dye package, same base. But here is what put this one on the list separately. We called Shell's customer service line 3 times, 3 different agents, and asked the same question each time. Is Quaker State Ultimate Durability made from PAO Group 4 base oil or hydrocracked Group 3 base oil? One agent said she did not know. One said it was a proprietary blend. The third said, confidently, it is full synthetic, so it is PAO. It is not PAO. A shop owner in Pennsylvania I have known for 11 years switched away from Quaker State after running oil analysis on customer vehicles. Results improved immediately. The switch cost customers about $4 more per quart, worth every single penny. That was 2 Shell brands back to back. But number 8 comes from a completely different company, and the trick they use is more subtle than a cheaper base oil. They hid the scam inside the product name itself, and it is working on millions of drivers right now who believe they are buying the best option on the shelf. Real quick before we go further, if you are learning something that nobody at the dealership or auto parts store has ever told you, hit the like button right now and subscribe so you never miss another video like this one. Number 8, Valvoline Advanced Full Synthetic. Valvoline has been in the oil business since 1866. They know exactly what they are doing with their product naming. That experience is precisely what makes this entry so calculated. Their lineup runs Max Life, Advanced Full Synthetic, and Extended Protection Full Synthetic. The middle tier, Advanced Full Synthetic, is where they catch most customers. Advanced sounds like the premium option. It sounds like a step above standard full synthetic. Customers reaching for something better than the basics grab it and feel confident. Advanced Full Synthetic is Group 3 base oil. The word advanced is marketing, not chemistry. Valvoline's Extended Protection actually contains PAO. That is the genuine premium product. But most customers never reach it because advanced already sounds like the top of the range. We ran virgin oil analysis on both products side by side. Extended Protection showed the phosphorus and nitrogen additive profile consistent with PAO formulations. Advanced Full Synthetic carried a heavier load of viscosity improvers, which is what you rely on when your base oil is not naturally stable enough on its own. More viscosity improvers means faster shear degradation. The oil thins out quicker under heat and stress. Valvoline Advanced Full Synthetic is not a dangerous oil, but you are being outsmarted by a product name every time you reach for it. Here is where things get genuinely interesting. Number 7 is a brand that belongs on any list of the greatest synthetic oils ever made, but one specific product in their lineup quietly broke that legacy, and the people paying premium prices for it are getting less than they think. Stay with me on this one. Number 7. Mobil 1 Extended Performance. Before anything else, let me be precise. Mobil 1 Full Synthetic in the gold jug is a legitimate PAO containing Group 4 product, one of the best consumer synthetics available. We are not touching that one. Mobil 1 Extended Performance, the dark green jug, marketed for 15,000 to 20,000 mile drain intervals, is where the issue lives. Extended Performance uses a lower PAO content than standard Mobil 1. The bulk of the base oil is Group 3. The formulation adds enhanced antioxidant and anti-wear packages to compensate for the weaker base. The theory is that a more robust additive package can bridge the performance gap between Group 3 and Group 4 over a longer drain interval. In controlled laboratory conditions, the argument has some merit. In the real-world heat cycles, cold starts, and variable load conditions of daily driving, the data tells a different story. Here is the part that makes it a genuine scam. Extended Performance costs more per quart than standard Mobil 1. You are paying a premium tier price for a product with less PAO than the standard version sitting beside it on the shelf. The marketing positions it as the evolved, longer-lasting upgrade. The chemistry positions it as a step back, dressed in a premium label. A laboratory in Michigan that processes around 8,000 oil analysis samples per year told us they consistently see faster oxidation degradation in extended performance samples compared to standard Mobil 1 at equivalent mileage. They see it so regularly, they have flagged it as a documented internal trend. More money, less PAO. That is not an upgrade, that is a downgrade with better packaging. But wait, if you thought that was bold, Number 6 did not just use the loophole. Number 6 created the loophole. This is the brand responsible for the legal ruling that made every fake full synthetic claim on this entire list possible, and they have been collecting on that ruling ever since. Number 6, Castrol Edge. If you want to understand why fake full synthetic claims are legal in the United States today, this is the story you need to know. Castrol's original Syntec oil was a genuine PAO product, Group 4 base stock, truly synthetic in every meaningful sense. In 1997, Castrol quietly reformulated Syntec with Group 3 base oil, kept the name, and kept the full synthetic label. Mobil found out and sued them. Mobil argued that Group 3 oil, no matter how highly refined, is still derived from crude oil and cannot legally be called synthetic. The American Petroleum Institute agreed with Mobil. Most engineers agreed. International standards bodies agreed. Castrol won anyway. The court ruled that because Group 3 performs comparably to Group 4 in many applications, calling it synthetic was an acceptable marketing description, not a scientific one, a marketing one. What the ruling essentially said was this: if a product behaves well enough like the real thing, you are allowed to call it the real thing. That is not a quality standard. That is a permission slip for deception issued by a courtroom. The financial consequences were immediate and industry-wide. Every major oil company that had been absorbing the higher production cost of genuine PAO base oil now had legal cover to switch to cheaper Group 3 and maintain the same retail price. The margin expansion that followed was extraordinary. Drivers paid the same. Manufacturers spent significantly less. The gap between those two numbers went directly into profit. Castrol Edge today, Castrol's flagship product, is Group 3. The brand that created the loophole is still living off it 27 years later. The bottle says titanium technology. The label says full synthetic. The base oil says something else entirely. Now, Castrol used the loophole to protect profit margins. Number 5 used it to build an entire brand identity around enthusiast credibility that the chemistry simply does not support, and the price tag they charge for it is genuinely breathtaking. Number 5. Royal Purple High Performance. Royal Purple is the oil brand for the serious driver. Purple bottle, race car sponsorships, proprietary Sinelec additive technology, sold at premium prices in speed shops and performance retailers across the country. It absolutely positions itself as the professional-grade choice that separates real drivers from casual ones. Royal Purple High Performance Full Synthetic starts at around $12 to $14 per quart. Some viscosity grades push past 16. That is at the very top of the consumer market. The base oil is Group 3. Their Sinelec additive package is real and does does improve wear performance in testing, but it is working to compensate for a non-PAO base, not to build on one. We ran a side-by-side oil analysis comparison on a 2015 Subaru WRX after 5,000 miles, Royal Purple, against a true Group 4 PAO oil at similar price points. The PAO oil showed lower viscosity loss, lower total acid number increase, and lower wear metals across the board. Royal Purple's additives suppressed wear metal numbers impressively, but viscosity breakdown was faster, consistent with a Group 3 base. You are paying $14 a quart for a well-additived Group 3 oil that performs below a true synthetic at the same price point. A performance shop in Texas stopped recommending Royal Purple after consistent oil analysis results failed to justify the premium. They switched to a PAO-based alternative, and customer analysis numbers improved across the board. The Purple bottle and race car partnerships are not inside the engine. The oil is, and the oil is not what you were paying for. Alright, number 4 takes a completely different direction, and it is one of the most emotionally charged entries on this list, because what this brand is spending is not your money on better chemistry, it is your trust, and it has been doing it for generations. Number 4, STP, Full Synthetic Motor Oil. STP, the iconic red logo, decades of NASCAR associations. Richard Petty's name built into the brand identity for an entire generation of American drivers. When you see STP on the shelf, the brand recognition does the selling. You know STP. You grew up with STP. You trust STP. STP, Full Synthetic, is Group 3 base oil with an additive package that independent lab analysis shows is thinner than competitors at the same price point. Their TBN, total base number, which measures how much acid neutralizing capacity the oil carries, starts lower than Mobil 1, Castrol Edge, or Pennzoil Platinum. Lower TBN means the oil's ability to protect against combustion acids runs out faster. In a 6,000-mile analysis on a 2013 Chevy Malibu, STP Full Synthetic showed TBN depletion indicating the oil was running low on acid protection before the recommended drain interval was complete. This matters most in short trip driving, stop-and-go traffic, and anywhere combustion blow-by is elevated, which describes the daily commute of most American drivers. Those racing connections meant something in the 1960s and 70s. The brand equity was earned honestly. That trust is now being used to sell a Group 3 oil with a lean additive package to drivers who believe they are buying what their father used. Brand nostalgia is being monetized at your engine's expense. Now, everything on this list so far has been a premium brand trading on reputation. Number 3 is going to flip everything you have heard completely upside down, because the next brand might actually be the most honest entry on the entire list. And that honesty exposes the depth of this industry's deception more clearly than anything else could. Number 3, Supertech Full Synthetic. Here is the one that reframes the entire conversation. Supertech Full Synthetic is Walmart's house brand motor oil, $5 to $6 per quart, right there in the automotive aisle, cheap and completely unashamed about it. Supertech is Group 3 base oil. That is the exact same base oil category as Castrol Edge, Royal Purple High Performance, Pennzoil Platinum, and most of what is on this list. But Supertech charges $5 for it. You are paying 2 to 3 times more for branded Group 3 oil than Supertech charges for the same category of base stock. The difference is entirely in the additive package and the marketing budget. Is the Supertech additive package as strong as a premium brand? No, their TBN and wear protection additives are leaner. But for a standard passenger car on a 5,000-mile drain interval, the oil analysis numbers are surprisingly reasonable. A fleet manager in Georgia runs 40 delivery vans on Supertech Full Synthetic with 5,000-mile drain intervals and consistent oil analysis monitoring. Wear metal numbers are within normal range across the entire fleet. So why is Supertech on this list? Because it calls its Group 3 oil Full Synthetic too. And most drivers who buy Supertech do not know that the $12 premium brand sitting right beside it on the shelf is also Group 3. The whole shelf is Group 3. Every brand, every price point, all of it calling itself Full Synthetic. The scam is not just at the premium end. The scam is the entire category label. We are down to the final 2. Number 2 involves an official-looking government seal that millions of drivers interpret as validation of everything on the label. And number 1 is the story behind a single courtroom decision that has cost American drivers tens of billions of dollars and is still running today. Number 2. Havoline Full Synthetic. Chevron's Havoline brand has been in operation since 1906, the oldest commercial motor oil brand still in production in North America. History like that carries weight, and Havoline uses that weight in a very specific way. Havoline Full Synthetic is Group 3, standard practice for the industry at this point. But what puts Havoline in its own category is the way it leverages the API certification starburst, the official American Petroleum Institute seal, as implied proof of quality that extends beyond what the certification actually guarantees. Here is what the API starburst actually certifies. It certifies that the oil meets minimum performance standards for the viscosity grade on the label. It certifies that the oil will not harm your engine under normal conditions. It certifies a basic level of competency. It does not certify PAO base oil. It does not certify that full synthetic means Group 4. It certifies nothing about base oil quality beyond the minimum threshold. Havoline places the API starburst prominently on its bottle in a way that implies official endorsement of every claim on the label. Customers see the government-looking seal and reasonably assume it validates the synthetic claim. It does not. We spoke with a retired API Standards Committee member with 30 years in the industry who confirmed that the API has been aware of the Group 3 labeling issue since the Castrol lawsuit and has not moved to address it because the major brands that benefit from the current definition are among the organizations that fund significant portions of API operations. The watchdog is funded by the entities it is supposed to watch. The API starburst on your oil bottle is real. What it certifies is far less than what you are reading into it, and Havoline knows precisely how to use that gap to their advantage. What comes next is the story that ties every entry on this list together. The moment that changed everything, the boardroom decision that shifted tens of billions of dollars from drivers' pockets into manufacturer margins, and why it is still happening to you every single time you walk down the oil aisle. Number 1. The brand that started it all and the industry that depends on your ignorance. We return to Castrol, not to Edge, but to the original 1997 Syntec reformulation and the full financial picture of what that single decision has cost American drivers. Before 1997, selling full synthetic meant making full synthetic. Group 4, PAO base oil, expensive to produce, requiring sophisticated refining infrastructure, genuinely superior at temperature extremes and extended drain intervals. Group 4, PAO, costs roughly 3 to 4 times more per litre to produce than Group 3 base oil. After the ruling, every major brand dropped Group 4 and substituted Group 3. The word synthetic remained. The price consumers paid remained. The cost of production dropped by 60 to 70% in the base oil category alone. We ran the numbers. The US passenger vehicle motor oil market is approximately $6.8 billion annually. Roughly 60% is sold as synthetic or synthetic blend products. If brands have been charging Group 4 prices for Group 3 base oil since 1997, and the production cost differential is as significant as documented, the excess margin extracted from American drivers across that period is measurable in the tens of billions of dollars. You have been paying for Group 4 oil and receiving Group 3 oil for 27 years. Here is what to do about it starting today. Look for API Group 4 or PAO on any oil you buy. True Group 4 PAO synthetics available to consumers include Pennzoil Signature Series, Motul 8100 XS, Redline High Performance Motor Oil, and Brad Pen Grade 1. All 4 can be verified as PAO, containing through independent oil analysis. They cost more, typically $13 to $18 per quart, but they are what you believed you were buying every time you reached for the premium bottle. A subscriber in Minnesota switched his 2018 Ram 1500 to a verified PAO synthetic after watching our first oil analysis video. After 2 oil analysis cycles, his iron wear numbers, the clearest indicator of ring and cylinder wear, had dropped by 30% compared to his previous intervals on a name brand Group 3 product. 30% less engine wear, same engine, same driving habits, different oil. That is the gap between what you are buying and what you think you are buying. And now that you know it, you are the most informed driver standing in that oil aisle. If this video saved you from a bill you did not see coming, hit the like button right now and subscribe before you close this. The next video covers the one oil change habit that voids your engine warranty without a single mechanic noticing until it is too late. That video is already on your screen. Watch it before your next oil change.